Hello. See, we have somebody in the room. I don't think I have the chat turned on. I'm going to try to run this on two different platforms at once. So if I'm not looking into the camera on Instagram Live, I'm trying to direct things toward the YouTube, but I know that some of you are more likely to join the class if I broadcast on both platforms. So right now, I have one feed going through the Instagram Live and one going through the YouTube. And if you want to tune into the YouTube, I'm going to look directly into the YouTube feed. But I'm just going to give like 4 minutes because I'm a little early. Last time I tried to do one of these, it went horrifically wrong. Um, the YouTube platform for the live, I don't find as intuitive, and it turns out that Safari is no longer compatible. So I was 5 minutes before trying to figure everything out, and then turned out I had to get Chrome, get YouTube all signed in on Chrome. So this time I think we're good, and I'm happy to have some of you here. I'm going to do a little breathing and meditation practice, pending time, maybe a little bit of mobility. But again, I'm just going to give like 3-4 minutes for people to arrive, and I appreciate those of you that are tuning in right now. Cool. So we'll give a few moments. Hope you're enjoying whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. I see Claire, I see you're in, so I don't want to say good morning since I know it's evening for you, but thanks for being here. I just got back from a few days in the mountains, which was nice and restorative. A lot chillier there than in Philadelphia, but good weather and good time to be out in nature. And happy to be back here, getting ready to teach some public classes, which I've been on hiatus from and are starting up tomorrow. So if you are in Philadelphia and you feel like attending a live class, that'll be going on at Gorgas Park in Roxborough at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we're going to cover some similar material today, covering mostly breathing, which is a very important foundation for any hatha yoga practice, which you might endeavor into. Cool. Feel weird just babbling at the screen, especially without somebody else to give a reply to. So I'm going to be silent while we wait for some of our friends to join in. I hope the music isn't distracting. I like to have something on in the background, and I've constantly with the virtual classes gone back and forth as what the right way to go is with silence or something else in the background. And I like this for my own pacing and just being able to kind of gauge the speed that we're moving at for the rest of the practice. So as those of you that are coming in just now, I just want to again remind you, I'm giving a few moments because I scheduled this for 10:15 via YouTube, and I'm running it on both platforms right now, Instagram Live and YouTube, just since I know some people won't have YouTube set up. So I want to make it as convenient as possible for anybody to attend, that anybody that wants to attend to be able to attend. Okay. About 60 seconds left to go, and then I'm just going to start right on time. So we're at 10:15 now, and if we have some latecomers, then they'll come in late. But those of you that are here, thanks for being here. Uh, one last time, I just want to mention I am broadcasting this both on YouTube and on the Instagram Live. So I'm going to look into the YouTube feed since that's where I would like to keep the recording and let that live online for now. So if you'd prefer to have me look at you and feel a little bit more communicative, I'm going to invite you to head over to youtube.com/Noah Moves. Actually, I apologize. It's youtube.com/Noah Julian Yoga. Noah Moves is the handle, but the URL is Noah Julian Yoga. But I'll be broadcasting it on both. And if you're going to be staying for the breathing practice, I'm going to invite you to either lie down or to find a seat. I want you to be somewhere that you can be relatively comfortable right now. If you choose to lie down, you might want to place a blanket or a towel underneath your knees. That might give you a little bit more comfort for your back. So whether you sit or whether you lie down, just find a very comfortable position. The eyes can be open or closed. And we're going to begin with just bringing some attention to your breath and attention to different areas of your lungs that you can breathe into. So, with the eyes either open or closed, you're going to begin to observe your inhale moving into the front of your lungs. So, you might feel as though your belly and your chest expand with your next inhale. And with your exhale, just feel that fall, feel as though you're compressing the front of the lungs. And with each subsequent inhale, again, you're feeling the front of your lungs expand as though your belly and your chest are rising with each inhale. And then you might shift your attention into the back of your body, feeling as though your inhale is expanding into your kidneys, your lower back, and your upper back with your next inhale. And with the exhale, just feeling that compression, feeling any expansion fall away. And continue to have your attention in the back of your lungs with your next inhale. And with your next breath, we're going to shift your attention to the side of your body so that your inhale will feel as though the obliques and the side ribs expand. And with the exhale, just feeling that compression, feeling that deflation, and keeping your attention on the side waist, the obliques, and the side ribs expanding with your next inhale. So you now have this idea of these different sections of your body that you may breathe into. So you have the front of your body, the back, and the sides. With your next inhale, imagine that you're drawing the inhale through the central channel and you're allowing the inhale to expand into the front, back, and sides equally. So with the inhale, almost as though you're drawing it through a straw in the middle, allow it to expand into all of those portions from the bottom all the way up to the top. And with your exhale, allow it to empty out from the bottom all the way out through the top. So this would be almost as though you're filling a glass of water and it fills the bottom, rises to the top, and you tip that glass over and it pours out from through the top, but you see the bottom rush out all the way through the top. And for a few more moments, we're going to feel this capacity of your breath in the front, back, and side. And then we're going to shift our attention away from capacity and we're going to work into specific areas that you can breathe into. The first one that I want to draw attention to will be breathing into the lower front of your lungs. So if you find that it's helpful to have a little bit of tactile input, you might have your hands at your abdomen. So with your inhale, you'll feel the belly expand. And with the exhale, you'll feel the belly fall to the spine. So with each inhale, you're feeling the expansion of the abdomen. And with the exhale, you're feeling the navel to the spine. So just follow that for several more rounds. This is now a low breath. We'll distinguish that from deep breathing. Instead, we're breathing into the lower lungs in the front of your lungs. Your next inhale, you're feeling the belly expand. And the exhale, navel to spine. So you're just going to continue to feel your breath in that section of your body. We might start to bring a little bit more force to it. We might start to move into breath of fire or Kapalabhati. So if you're newer to this, you might just keep your attention on the lower lungs in the front, where you're just expanding with each inhale and drawing navel to spine with each exhale. Those of you that are ready to find a little bit more force, your next exhale, you're going to force out forcefully through the nose, feeling that compression and navel to spine. You're just going to keep finding that. Each inhale, belly expands. Each exhale, navel to spine. Keep moving with that at your own rhythm. So once you have a template that you can sustain, just keep moving with that on your own. If at any point you lose it, you can feel the inhale intentionally in the lower lungs, the abdomen expanding, and the exhale, just trying to draw navel to spine. Whether you find force or not, I'll leave up to you. Those of you that are able to find that repetitious nature of each exhale, you're not even taking the inhale. The inhale's happening naturally because of the force of each exhale. And if you can keep this rhythm moving, start to speed it up a little bit more. So you're finding a faster tempo. Keep going on your own. We're going to find this for about another 20 seconds. So if you've been going a little bit faster, maybe you'll start sprinting toward the finish line for these last 15 seconds or so. In about 7 seconds, we're going to take a big inhale. You're going to fill the entirety of your lungs, front, back, and side. Big inhale right now. Hold at the top for a moment. And with your exhale, just let that go. With your next breath, try to return to that capacity of your lungs where you're breathing into the lower and the upper, front, back, and side that we began with. And with the exhale, just allowing that to fall away. So you've returned back to the capacity, to the depth of your breath, where you can find the front of your lungs, the back of your lungs, and the sides. And the exhales, you're just feeling that fall away. Again, if it helps to have the mental imagery like you're pouring water into a glass, it's falling in the middle of the glass, expanding to the sides, rising to the top. And when you empty out, you tip the glass over so everything pours out from the bottom out through the top. So now that you have the idea of that Kabbalah, of that breath of fire, we might return back to that for another round. So those of you that feel ready, start to find your breath again in your lower lungs as they are expanding in your abdomen. Your next inhale, the belly grows big. And with the exhale, you feel the compression, navel to spine. We're distinguishing this from the depth of breath. It's the lower lungs you're filling with your inhale. Navel to spine on the exhale. And whenever you're ready, you can start to find that forcefulness once again. So you know the length of time we were here last time, you felt that out. We're going to be here for about 45 seconds. So moving at a pace that you could sustain, you have 38 more seconds left to go. Fifteen more seconds. If you really feel like you have it, start to speed it up, move it to the finish line. If you're losing it, slow it down a little bit. 8 seconds. Again, you're going to take a big inhale in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, fill all the way at the top. Exhale, let that go. And then you're returning back to the capacity, feeling the inhale, feeling the lower, upper, front, back, and sides. And just sit with that capacity of breath, the depth of breath for the next few rounds of breathing. So you might just notice what got stirred up. I find this a very energizing breath, even though any focus on the exhale tends to be more of a yin quality in the body with the forcefulness of things. It's very energizing. It's how I start every day. I wake up and do about 200 rounds of Kapalabhati. We're going to find one last round together. And this round we're going to do for a full minute. So you have a good idea of how this works now. If you feel like you were very challenged by 45 seconds, maybe you'll go a little bit slower so that you're able to maintain the full minute. And if that felt very accessible to you, then maybe you try a little bit faster, and you can always slow down or pause if needed and regain the focus of the breath in the lower abdomen once again. So we're going to start in about 5 seconds. Start prepping where the inhale is expanding the abdomen. Exhale, you're feeling navel to spine. And whenever you're ready, we're going to start that pump again. 15 seconds in of 45. So maybe you're starting to move from the tempo of a walk into a jog. And you're halfway done, so you might start moving into a run if you're choosing to go a little faster. Last 15 seconds, last chance to sprint toward the finish line. In 5 seconds, we're going to take a big inhale. 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Your next inhale, you're filling the capacity, lower and upper lungs, front, back, and sides of your waist fill with breath. And allowing the exhale to just fall away. So take a few breaths where you're bringing the attention to the capacity that you're able to find with your inhales. And observing the deflation with each exhale. If you're joining us a little bit later, I invite you again to lie down or to sit wherever you're most comfortable. We're going to shift the attention away from the exhale now, and we're going to bring our attention specifically to your inhales. Continue to feel that capacity, both in the front of your lungs, the back of your lungs, and the side, front, bottom, and top. Start to bring a little bit more force to each inhale. So capacity is the priority, but secondarily trying to fill with more force. Allow your exhales to be passive. Whatever falls away just falls away on its own. Inhales to capacity with a little bit of force. Exhales just melt away. Big, full, deep inhales. Exhales relatively passive. Feeling the yang dominant quality of the inhale. The yin passive quality of each exhale. Keep following that at your own pace. Big, full inhales to capacity. Passive exhales, whatever falls, falls. Don't even wait for the exhale to finish. Big inhale right behind one after the other. Relaxed exhale. Big inhale. Relaxed exhale. Big inhale. Relaxed exhale. Keep going. We're going to go about 3 to 5 more, depending on how fast you're going. Keep going. After the next three, we're going to stop after a passive exhale. So you're not going to wait for that exhale to finish. You have two more big inhales. And after one of the passive exhales, you're just going to stop. Next big inhale. After the exhale, stop. Stop there and be empty. Just stay as relaxed as you can be. Stay with that relative emptiness where you haven't forced out the breath, but you're staying relaxed and not feeling the need for another inhale. And when you do take that inhale, allow it to be calm, allow it to be slow. And you're returning back to just capacity of breath, filling bottom, top, front, back, and sides. So now you have the idea of this second category of breath that we're going to focus on, where the inhale is dominant. We're going to run through that once again in a moment. The priority is the capacity that you can fill the inhale. The secondary is how much force you could find with that inhale. And the tertiary, the last thing I want you to worry about, is how long can you hold after the exhale. So I'm going to hold space for everyone for a minute, and I'm going to give you an indication when you've hit 15-second increments. And you're going to attempt to get to 15 seconds. If you get to 15 and you feel like you can go all the way to 30, try to stick with it. See if you can make it all the way to 30. And if you get to 30 and you feel like you could stick with another 15, try to make your way all the way to 45, and true also for the full minute. So when you're ready, your next inhale, fill in the capacity, front and back of your lungs, bottom, top, side. Big inhale. Passive, relaxed exhale. Big, deep, forceful inhale. Relax, passive exhale. Big inhale. Relaxed exhale. Keep going. Big inhales. Relaxed exhales. Keep going, about four more. About three more. You're going to stop after the exhale. Three left to go. Big inhales. Passive exhales. You're going to stop after these two more exhales. One more big inhale. And if the exhale, stop there. And remain relaxed. See how long you can stick without taking the next inhale. You're nearing your first 15 seconds. See if you can stick with it for another 3 seconds. There's 15. If you can stick with it a little bit longer, try to remain for another 15 seconds. If you need to take a breath, obviously that's fine. But if you can stick with it another 5 seconds left and make it to 30, there's 30 seconds. If you could stay a little longer, stay for another 15. If you need to take a breath, take an inhale. 7 more seconds to make it to 45. There's 45. Those of you that can stay for the full minute, try to make it another 12 seconds. And if you haven't already, take a slow, calm inhale right now. And returning to your normal breathing pattern. So if you came in late, I just want to reiterate one more time. We're currently focusing on a breathing practice that is about the capacity of your breath, where you're trying with your inhale to fill the front, back, lower, and upper lungs, and the sides of your lungs. So you can imagine that it's almost like you're pouring water into the center of a glass and you're watching it fill all the way to the circumference, filling from the bottom all the way to the top. And then when you empty out, you might just imagine that you tip the glass over and you watch all that water pour out from the bottom out through the top. So your main focus is capacity of inhale. Is can you fill front, back, and sides from the bottom to the top? Your exhales are relaxed. Just being passive with each exhale. With each inhale, you're trying to be a little more dominant. Big inhales. Relaxed, passive exhales. Keep following on that on your own. You have about 10 to 12 more. Big inhales. Passive, relaxed exhales. Keep going. Big inhale. Relaxed exhale. Inhales grow more and more forceful, more and more dominant. Exhale, more and more passive. Say about half a dozen more. You're going to stop after an exhale and about 6 more. Try to go about 3 more. You're going to stop after an exhale after these next 3. Last 2. Last 1. You're going to stop after the exhale. Remaining there, not fully emptied out, but not feeling the need for a breath, and seeing how long you can remain here after that exhale. That's 15 seconds for those of you that were sticking with it. $30. 45. And there's a full minute. If you haven't yet, take an inhale. And slowly returning back to your normal breathing pattern. So the last breath that I'd like to bring your attention to today is Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. Traditionally, you would use your right hand and you take your index and your middle finger and tuck them into your palm so that your thumb and ring finger are free to manipulate your nostrils. If that's uncomfortable or weird for your hand, you can always just use index and thumb, whatever works for you. But you're going to look to use your thumb to close your right nostril. So you're taking an inhale through your left nostril. You're going to switch nostrils for the exhale. Stay on that side to take an inhale. Switching nostrils only for the exhale. Staying on this side to take the inhale. Switching sides for the exhale. Staying on that side to take an inhale. Switching for the exhale. So continue with this for a few more rounds, inhaling through whatever side you exhale through, switching when it's time to take an exhale. And you can continue to move with this as is, or you could start to imagine that you're filling the opposite lung to whatever nostril you're breathing through. So if you're inhaling through your right nostril, you'll imagine you're filling your left lung. And when you exhale through your left nostril, you're emptying out the left nostril and the left lung. And when you inhale through your left nostril, you're filling your right lung. One of the next times you exhale through your left nostril, just release your hand for a few moments and take a few breaths through both nostrils normally. So we're going to look to do another couple rounds of Nadi Shodhana. If that felt accessible to you, we might start to add a rhythm. This is usually one of the factors that we enter in. Once you feel like you're able to control the basic parameters, then we start to add in a specific rhythm. So the rhythm that I'm going to invite you to find is 4-second inhale, a 4-second hold where you're full, and then a 4-second exhale, followed by a 4-second inhale, a 4-second hold, a 4-second exhale. The same pattern where you'll be closing the right nostril, inhaling through the left, holding for 4, switching nostrils, exhaling for 4. Inhaling for 4, holding for 4, switching to exhale for 4. Inhaling 4, holding for 4, switching to exhale for 4. Keep going on your own. You know the pattern now. And again, if you choose to, you can always imagine that you're filling the opposite lung to whatever nostril you're breathing into. Holding for 4, switching to exhale for 4, inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4. Again, one of the next times you exhale through your left nostril, you can simply release the hand and return back to breathing through both nostrils for a few rounds. So the last factor that I'm going to invite you to introduce for our third and final round is you might try to find the alternate nostril breathing without the hand. This is much harder. You may still need the hand right now, but if you feel that you can manipulate without the hand, you can ditch it, and we'll add in a different rhythm this time. So now you might inhale for 4, hold for 8, and exhale for 8. Same pattern. You're closing with the thumb to take an inhale for 4, holding for 8, exhaling 8, inhaling 4, holding 8, exhaling 8, inhaling 4, and just continuing. You can continue to use the hand, or if you feel like you might be able to control it, you can release the hand and attempt to feel it through each nostril without the hand. Try to follow that pattern for at least one more cycle through each side. Perhaps even finding that added factor of imagining that you're filling the opposite lung to whatever nostril you're breathing into. And say the next time you exhale through your left nostril, once you've completed both sides, you can release the hand if you haven't already and just feel the breath through both nostrils for a couple of rounds. And without the complexity of the alternate nostrils, you can just observe the breath. Observe it just entering both nostrils and leaving both nostrils without the manipulation that you've done through the last 35 minutes or so. And using that as an anchor for your attention, for your mind. And breath will serve as a wonderful anchor for starting a meditation practice. So, if you enjoyed this, I would be happy to make this a semi regular thing, perhaps on Saturdays or once a month. Um, so if you find this of interest, please DM me or email me. Again, if it's a little awkward that I'm talking into two screens, I knew some of you would tune in on YouTube and some of you would turn in an Instagram Live. So I chose to just try to stream on both platforms at the same time. Feel free to message me on either platform. I would be more than happy to host this regularly if there are interested parties. And if you're in Philadelphia and you would like to come to a live class, I'll be teaching in Gorgas Park tomorrow, Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So yeah, again, please shoot me a message. Let me know if any of these are interest of you. And thanks so much for attending this morning. And I hope to connect again soon. Until then, bye bye.